is diarrhea, cha cha cha, diarrhea, cha cha cha. Nobody knows this? Only Ron knows this, right?
Come on,
Nobody knows this.
guys.
Nobody
No.
knows.
Wait.
Nobody knows.
This also made my list too.
Daria,
This also made my
guys.
list.
Daria, here is my question, right? This is where diarrhea, cha cha cha, diarrhea, cha cha cha. Where did Daria make her first appearance?
What are you guys doing?
Diarrhea, cha cha cha. Diarrhea, cha cha cha. Diarrhea, cha cha cha.
Get a life.
I was trying to hold my breath to make that happen, but it didn't happen. What's up, everybody? Kumusta, mga boomers? Welcome to Usapan Retro. It is 3 p.m. Saturday in Manila. Hello, everybody joining us for the first time, and welcome back to all our supporters, mga retro fans out there. Shout out to everyone. We're hanging out here. I'm with my co-host. Hello, Sanja. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay.
How's everybody?
My Furby won't shut the fuck up, but I'm all right. What's up, Ron?
I am very good, sir. How are you, sir?
I see you have a cut. Ron is fresh from the 90's with his cut right there on with his shaved head with the little
Prince.
And we got our special guest, the Geeky Juans.
Yay!
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hi guys, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Yeah.
please introduce yourselves.
Thank you so
Glad
much.
for you guys to be here.
Yeah, please introduce yourselves, guys.
I'm Steven, co-founder of the Geeky Juans. I am a data encoder by day and blogger / podcaster by night. I also love the Anaheim Ducks hockey team, among other things.
Love. We missed our quack last week.
Yeah, we did the quack last week. We did.
I have that. I'm gonna record. Yeah, that's hilarious.
And what about the other
Okay.
Juan?
Okay. The other one. Okay. Okay, I'll start. I'm Jude. So now I'm a writer by profession and of course a podcast host by night. I guess we do night episodes now, Steven, so by night.
Yeah.
For the most part, I'm a gamer, so I usually spend my time playing video games and I'm recently, just going through every video game that's on my PS4. Like I'm currently playing like maybe 5 games at the same time sometimes.
Wow.
But yeah,
Do you sleep?
Wow.
Putting in that work.
Oh yeah, I do.
But
I do sleep
go ahead.
quite late. But with my new work, I think my work encourages me to play more and while working, of
Nice.
course. So it's
That's
it's
awesome.
a weird mix. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, but
Nice.
let me just get this straight, right? From the Geeky Juans, none of you guys are named Juan.
No.
No.
Just to get it straight. All right, the Geeky Ones. So the Geeky Ones participated in the Kumu Nerd Expo last week, which was super cool. And I ran into their post of the Nerd Expo, and I shot them an email, and I was just like, I love your guys' blog. Please, I was like, can we be friends, guys? So yeah. So welcome to Usapan Retro. I'm so glad we're guesting you guys. Usually, today's topics is 90's cartoons recommended by the Geeky Ones, and we were having a hard time coming up with our top 5s. But usually when we kick off the show, we start with, what's up, Makusu? Usually when we start kicking off the show, we start off with latest news and updates in nerdom. Let's pull that up. Let's start with Miss Sanja Smith, our first lady of retro. Any updates from you?
I actually saw this. I don't know if it was last night or the other day, but I don't know. Do you guys remember the Roald Dahl classic, The Witches?
Oh yeah,
It was a movie. It was a book, and then they made a movie. Morticia Addams was in the original, but they're actually making a reboot on HBO Max, and it's coming out at the end of October. I'm really excited about it. I'm a little nervous though. Reboots are scary, especially ones that hold dear to your heart. But yeah, that's my piece of news. I'm super duper excited about that. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. So yeah.
What's up, Ron? Do you have any updates that you heard of this week?
Well, coming out of that Kumu Comic Expo, it was just so fun to be able to nerd out for that one day. So I had a lot of residue from that, whether it was shopping for toys or whether it's like just geeking out over some stuff. The only thing I had came across maybe this week was Jamie Foxx, who was Electro
Ooh.
on Spider-Man on the Fox side. They said that he is now, I believe, going to be brought into the MCU. So this kind of poses a lot of questions of like, well, how is that possible since it's, kind of from a completely different timeline or franchise? So is the multiverse involved in this? Is this, are we bringing somebody over and just going to act like, it makes sense, So there's a lot of Spider-Man news, I guess, going on in the movie-wise too these last couple of days. So it's kind of cool to see Spider-Man having its own kind of universe within the Marvel universe. So that's probably the only nerdy thing I really came across this week that kind of stood out. Like, wow, Jamie Foxx was okay. You know what I mean? All right, so.
Yo, thank you, Glimpse the Unthinkable. Maraming salamat for the Carlito hug. But for this show, you can keep your virtual gifts. Like for this show, we're really just about giving back. We're gonna give 25,000 points away. So this show is just for you to sit back, relax, nerd out. And if we say something stupid, throw us a vomit emoji. If we say something lit, throw us let us know. This is just for you guys.
Michael Scott's in the house. Danielle from
What's up, Geeky No Named One? So Jude, what's up, Steven? What about you guys? Anything cool in the nerdum universe? What's happening?
Or geekdom in their case?
Interesting. I think I can start. Well, mine is Spider-Man related. So, also Spider-Man related. So, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game for the PS5 and the PS4 is coming out next month, and that's Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that's basically the same Spider-Man game from the first one, except you're playing as Miles Morales, and he finally stepped up and became Spider-Man. But sure, the news of Miles Morales is all hype and really fun to hear. But the biggest news this week that I saw was the remaster of the first Spider-Man game. So what happened was
they fixed the puddles.
Yeah, well, I know they did. Of course, they should.
Wow.
I don't think I've had a huge puddle problem in Spider-Man, but yeah,
it's called Puddlegate.
Puddlegate? Oh my god,
it's a thing.
Yeah, it was really a big issue, and it was really weird. But yeah, the problem right now is the remastered version of this first Spider-Man game. They changed the actor for Peter Parker, so they changed the look. They recasted 2018 Spider-Man Peter Parker to a remastered 2020 Peter Parker, and people are kind of not liking it.
Right, okay.
The actor kind of looks more like Tom Holland now.
Yeah.
And some people say...
Wow.
And for me, when I saw it first, like I was looking at the left to right, the side-by-side comparison for PS4 and PS5, and I was thinking, wait, is this the PS5 version, or am I looking at the wrong screen? Because it's I'm not sure if it's just it should take time before I get used to the new face, or the animation just feels off. But yeah, it's that's my interesting news for the week, and it's weird Spider-Man recast for the PS4. So, Steven?
I guess it is like kind of geeky to an extent because it's wrestling.
Oh yeah.
In Japan, so for a lot of people who are not familiar, there's this company called New Japan Pro Wrestling in Japan, obviously, and they have a tournament right now called the G1 Climax, and it is probably one of the most exciting wrestling tournaments I've ever watched. We have had how many upsets have we had already, Jude? We have
there's a lot of upsets.
So many upsets. We're not even halfway through the tournament, and we already have upsets everywhere because the comedy wrestler beats the serious wrestler and so many others. It's crazy. Yeah. I think that's pretty much my update. Like it's
Okay.
just
Nice.
I want to get into our episode already, but my
Yeah.
update is quick. I just hit pro status at what's that game called? I can't remember the game, but Rocket League, dude. Rocket League.
Oh,
is
nice.
now.
I've been
You guys
playing that too.
Yeah, it's Epic made it free for the Nintendo Switch, and I just been obsessed with Rocket League, and I just learned how to play in the air. I don't have to actually play on the
Oh,
ground
man.
anymore. Tight.
Still need
So
to learn that one.
yeah, so that's tight. Hey, shout out to all the newbies joining us. We're gonna get started.
Hi.
We're gonna get started now with our episode, guys. Here we go. We're gonna go do our top 5 picks for our favorite '90s cartoons, right? And then at the end of it, one of us is gonna ask a question. Tapos, the Miss Marvel casting. We can get into that later. We're doing '90s cartoons lang muna. Thank you, Ninja. But we're going to be asking questions regarding '90s cartoons, and if you can answer them correctly, we will put 5,000 coins into your Kumu wallets. There's 5 rounds, so you can win up to 25,000 coins. All right. So, guys, I'm going to be asking the question for this one. So let's get Sanja. What is your pick for your number 5 most favorite '90s cartoon of all time?
Oh boy, this one was actually way up there, and then it just like when I started this list, I was like pretty sure about my rankings, and then just everything shifted. Everything shifted. It was really hard. Like my list, my honorable mentions list is super long, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So my number 5 is actually based on the movie by Tim Burton, and I absolutely love this movie so much. Michael Keaton is the best at this role. I don't think anyone else can play this role ever. And they made a cartoon. It's called Beetlejuice, and it was probably one of my favorite cartoons ever growing up.
Love
yeah,
this movie.
so
I love this cartoon. Too.
yeah, Beetlejuice comes at number 5 for me.
Yes,
For sure.
agreed.
'Cause I love
You get
drawing
finger
style.
claps for that. But remember, we got to go fast on these because our producer Nika was telling us we got to cut down the episodes to
Okay.
to an hour and
All
20
right.
minutes. All right.
Okay.
Shout out to the
An hour
Beetlejuice
20?
cartoons.
All right.
There we go. Jay Jericho giving props. Jay Jericho giving props. Thank you so
Yay.
much. All right. Who wants to go next? Ron, what is your pick for your number 5 top cartoon of all time?
My number 5 top '90s cartoon of all time. If you can't tell by my background already, it has to be the legendary
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Did it get started in the
I
80s
agree.
though?
Yeah, late 80s, I think, 89.
Man, Ron's not
Technically-
following instructions again, dude. Even
We're breaking
even
the
before
rules.
that,
really
that was
kind of
part of
blew
the-
up in the '90s.
that
Kind
was
of
part
really
of the
blew up
Tracy
in the
Ullman
90s.
show. That's
But we
so
were
80s. That was part
watching
of
it-
Tracy Ullman show, dude.
I mean, if Tracy Ullman show
89.
started in '89,
Close
then
enough,
you guys
close
are
enough.
saying '90s.
I mean,
And
December
I mean,
89 pretty much is the 90s already.
Yeah,
so
okay,
I
Yeah,
think it counts.
right? I mean, we were watching it in the 90s, so that
And
kind
I'm
of
talking
counts.
about when it was good. I'm talking about
Yes.
when it was written by like Conan O'Brien before he went to
Agreed,
Saturday Night
agreed.
Live,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
season 5, season 6. I mean,
But
those
they
are
did
like
predict the future, right?
They
predicted the
did.
future a lot,
They
So many
totally
times.
did.
so many
That's true.
times.
I am
Yeah.
convinced that they
Times.
are time travelers. I'm so sure of it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, like,
One of the
Crazy.
greatest. I mean,
Crazy.
in merchandising, toys,
Yes.
video
Mhm.
games too.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yep,
what I mean?
yep.
Such a great franchise. You know, it took us years to even get a movie from them. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
go watch some early Simpsons. I think they have it on Disney Plus right now too. So,
Do they
go
really?
check it out. Yeah, they do.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, do the
You don't, even
Batman.
you don't got no Disney Plus in the Philippines, man.
That's true.
Stop flaunting that.
That's true.
Oh, my fault. Quick flex. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Jude, hey, Jude, Steven, are you guys gonna present as one, or are you guys gonna go your personal speech?
We'll do separate. We'll do separate.
Yeah, we have our
All right.
Jude goes first. Jude goes first.
All right, Jude,
Okay.
go.
Okay, I think this kind of breaks the rule a bit. I realized that
Mhm.
it's not technically 90s. It started in 1999, but I'm going for it.
sure.
It's
That's fine.
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
it's Ed, Ed and Eddie. So it's a cartoon.
Oh my God,
I
yeah.
did like Ed, dude.
Okay.
Dude, late 90s, early 2000s,
man.
Nickelodeon was killing it. That's like
Yeah,
dope
for
era.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I really like Ed and Eddie, and I was surprised that it was a show that lasted for a decade, which was pretty awesome.
Me
And
too.
Mm.
I just enjoy the way that the setting of the whole show, suburban adventures,
Purgatory.
adventures in their cul-de-sac with all their neighbors, and yeah,
Mhm.
it's just fun. And the three characters, Ed with one D, double D, and
Yeah.
Eddie.
Yep.
Just the dynamic is just so fun.
It's like
Yeah.
John,
Artwork,
Johnny, and
too.
Juan.
Pretty much, no?
All right.
Cartoon Network. Yeah.
I've always
Yes.
loved their style and artwork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
I
so
agree.
it's so
Super
unique.
cool. Yeah.
So
It's just
unique.
so wacky and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just weird. But I don't know. It just stuck an impression on me all these years, and
Oh, was that Cartoon
know.
Network? Dude, Makusu
Yeah,
called
it's
us out.
Cartoon
It was
Yeah,
Cartoon
Ma-
Network,
Network.
right?
Makusu is like the encyclopedia of our show. He went
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Plank
Oh,
for-
Blank! Yeah,
Okay.
Blank!
Good.
One of the
Oh my God.
characters.
one
Nice.
episode.
Literally
one
just like a-
episode that I remember is when they wanted to get rid of Plank by throwing him into a pit of termites. I remember that show.
Oh my god.
Plank.
Yes.
Go Plank.
Plank is
dude.
awesome.
All right.
man.
So guys,
He's like
Stevie.
Wilson, but yeah.
Look at
that
Stevie.
face too.
What is your
Oh,
pick for your top 5 90s cartoon of all time?
Okay, number 5, I think it's the Animaniacs. So
Oh.
the
Oh!
Yeah.
So close to
Animaniacs
making
premiered
my
around
list.
93.
This also made my list.
It's
Mhm.
it's amazing. Like it did not treat kids like stupid. Like it didn't treat kids like idiots. Kids know about stuff. Kids know about
Yeah.
these things. They know like the political situation in the US at the time. Clinton was, doing stuff and doing other things. And
He did not have
it
sex
just-
relations with that woman.
yeah.
One of my best impressions too. I
It
love doing
basic-
that impression.
I think the fact that they had the backing of Steven Spielberg, it helped them so much to push the envelope on whatever they had to do. They'll just say, "Oh, Spielberg allowed it." Like what? Warner's gonna say no to Spielberg, right?
Yeah.
So I think that crazy energy and the
I don't
unbelievable
know.
writing in the
They should have
song.
said no to that Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. That's for sure. Hater.
Are they getting a remake? Animaniacs?
Yeah.
Ninja Iceberg is
Yeah.
saying.
They're getting a remake
Wow.
in November.
What?
Same cast. Same
Mhm.
cast.
Wow.
I don't know if they're gonna be adding like the same writing crew because I know the animation teams are obviously different because sadly some of them have passed away already. So
Oh.
yeah, so like from what I recall, the original cast will be there. Yakko, Wacko, and Dot will be there.
Dot. Yeah. Dot was
Yeah.
my favorite.
I still remember. I remember
Yes.
the old. Yeah, that's a new design. Hulu. So I remember
I
we
see.
still had that old video game from like the game pack, and it had like
Oh,
Baloney
wow.
Balloon Pop parody of Barney. And it was just so. It was ahead of its time. So imagine it now
Yeah.
with all the
Yeah.
stuff to parody. That's why it's my number 5.
Yeah.
I can't wait for them to then pick at today's pop culture with.
Oh,
with,
for
you know,
sure.
like, yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
It used to be fingerprints, and now it's gonna be like what, Kylie Jenner or something.
I don't know.
All right, guys.
Probably.
Okay, we're gonna get to
Yeah.
my pick for number 5 right now, guys. Get your fingers ready. Get your Google fingers out. We're gonna be giving away 5,000 coins, guys. All right, my pick for number 5. It's actually Ron put the question up, but I was gonna pick it anyways. But it's gonna be my question and my pick. 'Cause it was my pick for number 5 also, but I stole your question. All right, my pick for number 5 is diarrhea. Cha cha cha. Diarrhea. Cha cha cha. Nobody knows this. Only Ron knows this, right?
Come on,
Nobody knows
guys.
What?
Nobody
No.
knows.
Wait.
Nobody
Oh, this also made my list too.
Daria,
This also made my
guys.
list.
Daria from MTV
Daria.
is my number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Also
Yeah,
made my almost.
Oh
yeah.
man.
And,
Na,
and,
na,
and that's,
na, na, na.
yeah, Daria was so tight, dude. Daria was like, like so 90s, and I loved her sense of humor.
Mhm.
Actually, who reminds me of Daria, even in college, I used to call her Daria, was James's wife, Aubrey. I was just like, dude, you're so Daria back in the day. so we were in college, James's
Hi,
wife
Aubrey.
and I. Yeah, James's wife and I went to college together, and I was just like, "You're hella funny. You're like Daria," because she had that same like, it's this dry humor, but
Yeah.
it's super funny. Like if you get it, it's like hilarious. But yo, okay, so here is my question, right? This is where diarrhea, cha cha cha, diarrhea, cha cha cha. Where did Daria make her first
Oh.
appearance? What was
Oh, God.
Daria's first appearance for 5,000 coins, guys? Which cartoon
appearance.
did Daria make her first appearance? Diarrhea, cha cha cha.
Okay.
Diarrhea, cha cha cha. Nope, it's a show on MTV.
Yep,
But
it's
you gotta name the show. You gotta name the
Ooh.
show. Guys, you Google it. Daria Morgendorfer's first. Yes,
There you go.
Makusu got it.
Yes.
Beavis
Oh.
and
Beavis and
Butthead.
Butthead.
There we
Beavis
go.
Wait, I got
and Butthead. So she appeared as a cameo in Beavis and Butthead, and they kept on calling her diarrhea. Cha cha cha.
I actually didn't know that. That's awesome.
So-
Yes.
There
She
you
was the
go.
voice
Shout out,
of reason on that show.
shout out to Makasu. You won another 5,000 coins. Makasu always cleans up on this show.
Yeah, for
Scientific
sure.
stuff. That's the name of the episode. Good job, Glimpse.
Nice.
Scientific stuff. All right, guys. Now we're moving into number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Who's asking the question? It's going to be Sanja for number 4, right?
No, I'm on number 3.
Okay. Oh, it's Ron for number 4. Okay, so
Yeah.
Ron's going to go last. Let's go with one of the geeky ones. Let's go with Jude. What is your pick for your number 4 90s favorite 90s cartoon of all time?
Okay. 90s. My favorite number 4 is the Rugrats.
Oh,
Okay, it's
Oh my God.
it's one of the shows that I can say really ignited my imagination back then, because the Rugrats is all about these babies just going around doing their own adventures, imagining different scenarios, it's just in their house, but
Mm-hmm.
the way they imagined it, they're going to a faraway castle, rescuing some princess or just going into some weird location, weird cave, and their imagination just runs wild. And
Reptar.
yeah, Reptar, and
Reptar. Reptar.
Are the musical.
I can say that as the show progressed, they added more characters. They added Kim. They added Tommy's brother. But yeah, it still was the same. It still felt like the same awesome show, and it was so fun. I just really had a lot of. It's just a show that reminds me of childhood. The amount of imagination I had as a child. Going out on my own adventures as well. So
did you play the PS1 game? The retro fans want to know. The Usapan Retro gang wants to know.
I think I might have. I don't remember it completely, but I distinctly remember how it looks.
Oh my God,
It's
the
just
cookie.
one thing I like about the game, though. It's just it just represents the show so well.
Oh,
Like,
what?
the animated.
Oh,
I remember.
I'm
Oh,
gonna get.
wow.
I gotta get this. This is tight.
This is, wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Insane.
Bill
Hey,
and
shout out
Lil
to
were
Ro-
my favorite. Those
And they had a
two.
really good movie too. They had a really.
Yeah.
Was it,
Yeah.
Did they go to Paris or was
Yeah,
right?
They
they
went
did.
to Paris.
Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 3
Yeah.
movies, I believe.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
They had a
I
lot.
think I think a grown-up Angelica would have been my dream girl. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Really? She was mean.
I know, but it was a funny kind of mean.
Yes,
That's
I guess
super
so. But
crazy
she was
right
a
there.
bully. She was
They'll be
terrible.
like them with their little baby heads.
I just like.
Oh god.
Super crazy
Yeah.
take right there.
They're actually. Can you imagine people actually looking like that though?
Hey,
Like,
which is the
kinda
one?
messed up.
Which is the
Looking
one?
like Rugrats
What was
characters.
Tommy's homie? The one that was always sick, had the sipon all the
Chucky.
time.
I-
Chucky.
Chucky.
He had the sipon.
He has like anxiety as
Yeah.
a kid. Like I could
Yes.
actually relate to that kid. He was
Oh,
always
yeah.
so like, I don't know if this is a good idea, Tommy. Like he was always the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Probably my
pick.
favorite character there too, Chucky.
Yeah, man.
This guy
Bill and
had
Lil were
this
my favorite. Those two were hilarious. Just always
Yeah.
fighting and like
best
twins.
duo
Like
in
yeah.
the show, actually.
Hey, Son,
Yeah.
let's go to Sanja. What is your pick for number 4 favorite 90s cartoon of all time?
Okay, so this one almost became my number 1. But then like just as you will see why this got bumped. But this one was actually one of the first Cartoon Network cartoons that we ever watched as kids. And the characters, we were always quoting the characters. Like until now, I still, the memes and the quotes and everything. Like Dexter's Laboratory is at number 4 for me.
Oh man,
Nice.
Yeah,
that's on
Dexter's
my list
Laboratory.
too.
And my favorite episode will always forever be the either the slumber party episode or the omelette du fromage. That one. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage. Yeah, Didi was just like hilarious. Like,
So, these cartoons are so tight that we still remember them at our
Yeah.
advanced ages. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dexter's Laboratory. A lot of good memories. A lot of good memories.
Omelette
for
du
sure.
fromage.
Stop
Stevie.
my light. That was his password for his like lab.
It's like so edgy and everything.
All right, Sir Stevie of the Geeky Ones, what is your pick for number 4 favorite 90s cartoon of all time?
Okay, so before I share number 4, a little thing about the omelette du fromage. I remember our family, we went on a family trip to Disneyland one time, and I don't know if it's true, but like my sisters were like making fun of the omelette du fromage thing, and then somebody like one of the we were like sitting in the bar or something. So this was like 98, 97 ish, and I just remember like the person like the food server gave them like legit a cheese omelette. They were just saying omelette du fromage all the time. Like they actually gave it to them. It's like they were like, why did he give it to us? And then like, oh, they ordered.
I ordered it.
By accident. Yeah. Omelette du fromage. And I think that voice is Tom Kenny.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, this is bringing back so many memories.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Anyway, my number 4
Yeah, let's go.
is Freakazoid. So it's roughly so it's like roughly the same theme as Animaniacs, sort of.
I think
So what
too,
made
yeah.
what made Freakazoid so good was that most of the crew was actually the crew from Batman the Animated Series. So they just like there was just a point where
Oh yes, okay.
I
Bruce
love
Timm
this.
came up,
This
like,
also
Bruce
made my
Timm-
list too.
Bruce
Yeah.
Timm like just said that like I want to focus on Batman Beyond and Justice League and whatnot. So like you guys do whatever you want with this show, and then it got so crazy out. It just went everywhere. You'd have like references to old TV shows like Gilligan's Island from the 60s and like stuff like that. Like I only discovered Freakazoid in like 2001 or 2002, and it still stands today for me personally. And what made it so good was that, again, just like that, it's the same formula as Animaniacs. It doesn't treat kids like idiots. That's it. And even if I don't understand the reference, it's still funny for some reason. I don't know why. It's just a good show.
Yeah, I think that was the charm of 90s cartoons, right? They got a little edgier, and the humor got a little more adult for kids. So
Yeah.
That's good. All right, I'm gonna get to my number 4. So Ron could ask his question for 5,000 coins. But my number 4 pick is actually, I'm gonna call this my Ron Sora left field pick, because this is the one.
Okay.
But this was one of my favorites. Most people probably did not watch it, but I'm gonna go with was it the Wild Cowboys of Moo Mesa?
What?
Oh my god!
I've never heard of that.
Oh, wait.
I don't even know.
I used to read Archie comics. I still do read Archie comics, like the old Archie comics from the 90s that my sisters have. I would always see the ad for this the Sega Genesis version.
It's
I used to love the ads in the Archie comics.
the Super NES,
though.
yeah.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
the Wild Cowboys of Moo Mesa. And you know why I love that? You know what? They introduced me to their favorite drink, which is like became one of my favorite drinks. It was called sarsaparilla. And
Sarsaparilla, like root beer, right?
Yeah, it's a root beer. And then they had
Basically what it is.
dude, this game was tight too. The Wild Cowboys of Moo Mesa. I mean, it was kind of like one of those
crazy pick.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So a crazy pick. It was a ripoff of like it was like a Ninja Turtle. It was a Ninja Turtles, but cow set in the Wild West.
Oh my
Come on,
God.
dude. This is my left field pick.
So horrible.
So good.
I would
It's
not be
actually
watching
pretty good.
this.
Dude,
I
it's
would've-
actually pretty good. Look, they have a comic. Look, they had Archie comics, dude. They had video games. This was a thing, dude. The Wild Cowboys
Really?
of Mumbai.
Aw, I don't know, man.
Even Ron's like, I don't know.
No, the
Oh my
best
God,
part about the Wild Cowboys of Moo Mesa was this is where I first learned about Calamity Jane and what was homeboy's name? Marshall Moo Montana. Come on, dude.
Nah,
Colorado kid.
man.
Yeah,
Jay Jericho agrees with you.
Yeah.
So
Can't get
And then
any more
someone's on
90s.
your
Lily-
side.
dude, Lily Bovine. It was the bizarre. The bizarre. That was some 90s.
Lily
That was some
Bovine?
90s.
Really bovine.
I
Yes.
need to check this out. I'm pretty sure there are episodes on YouTube. Like
I think you'll
somewhere.
like it. Yes, I just watched one of the ones on YouTube, and I was like, yeah,
Nice.
this is going on my
All
list.
right.
All
That's
right,
what I'm doing
cool.
afterwards. Cool.
All right. Here we go. Ron Sora for 5,000 coins.
5,000
What is your
coins,
pick?
guys.
What is your pick for your number 4 favorite 90s cartoon of all time? Thank you,
Kind-
Jay Jericho, for recognizing Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Kind of like in the same vein of what everyone else was choosing with the the nostalgic picks and all that stuff. This also, I chose this because to the Filipino Hauser hip hop community back in the day, it was very symbolic for us too. So I'm gonna go with Tiny Toons. I'm gonna go with Tiny Toons.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Tiny, we're
Yeah.
toony, we're all a little
I
loony.
mean, if
Is
you're
that the
talking
song?
about
I can't remember.
if you're
Yes,
talking about edgy, and jokes and all that stuff, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe even for Tiny Toons was one of the first cartoons of its sort to kind of even reference Frank Miller's The Dark Knight. They had an episode where
Nice.
it's I believe it's God, what's his name now? The duck character. He's dressed up as kind of like a
Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck? You talking about Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing
no,
Duck.
not Darkwing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Disney, right?
Plucky. No, I'm talking about Plucky Duck.
Oh.
They had him dressed as Batman, but he's in the Frank Miller style. They actually did a whole bunch of different, things with him. So like that stood out to me because I mean,
This one right here?
yeah, it's one of those episodes where he comes out as kind of like the big bulky.
Oh,
you
Bat
know-
Duck. He came out as Bat Duck.
Oh.
So-
Bat Duck, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not
actually
only
kinda
that,
cool.
but I mean, this cartoon also was very funny, had a lot of adult humor, and back in the days when I started getting into hip hop, I would have Tiny Toons characters airbrushed on our sweaters, on our
Wait,
hoodies.
That's
Then they
cool.
used to do like I remember Tiny Toons used to do crossover episodes with Animaniacs, right?
Animaniacs. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
it's the same,
That's-
it's the same crew.
yeah.
Same crew.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember they used to like cameo in each other's spots.
Yeah. Like after Tiny Toons ended, the team that was making Tiny Toons actually started making Animaniacs. So it's really just the same team from
I see.
Tiny Toons,
Oh.
Freakazoid. It's just a crazy, like unbelievable 90s renaissance for WB and Disney around the same time.
Wow, they were on a roll back then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
Ron, did you want me to show your question first?
yes. This is one of the guys. Oh, okay. Well, shout out to the Tiny Toons crew right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want me to pull that up, or you sent me 2 photos, so I don't know which one.
Yeah, the second photo is the guy that I would actually have airbrushed on my sweater. What is the name of this character, guys? Who is that right there? Y'all know him.
Buster
there.
Bunny.
Who is it, guys?
Oh, Sally's here. Hi, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
What's
What's up?
crackle
Right
lacking,
there.
girl?
Go Dodo. That's
Go,
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 go! Is that
Yes,
that
that's
guy
right.
Nice.
Luigi.
She didn't know his
That guy
name,
Lu-
but yeah.
that guy Luigi just got 5,000 coins? See
There
what
you
happens
go.
when you're old and you watch this show on Kumu? You win coins.
Yeah. Shout out to you,
You get
Luigi.
rewarded for being a boomer, so yeah.
Yeah! Oh, snap! We're on number 3 now, right? Number
Nice.
3.
Yeah, number
Ooh,
3.
Yeah.
nitty gritty, guys. Nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty.
Oof,
So
yeah.
So we're gonna go the top 3. Sanya's gonna ask the question, but for the top 2, since you guys are doing separate lists, Jude and Stevie, get your question. So I think Jude should do pick number 2. Stevie, you could go with pick number 1. So get your questions ready, right? But
Got
Sanya's
it,
gonna
got it.
Sanja's gonna go last because she's gonna be asking the question. Snap. I'll kick it off right now. My favorite 90s cartoon. My third favorite 90s cartoon of all time. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
We're talking about X-Men, the animated series, guys.
Oh.
X-Men, the animated series.
Oh,
Right?
Man.
Right there.
Nice.
Dude, Papa Jason. Sink, sink, sink. He knew what was up, dude. There we go. And hey, Ron right there, dude. Go right there, dude. Yes. That cartoon, dude, the cartoon, the cards, dude. The 90s X-Men cartoon was super tight. I did watch it again, and it's still tight, dude. So yeah,
very good.
Shout out to the X-Men animated series. All right.
Also
let's
on
go.
Disney Plus.
yes, yes.
Dang it. Okay.
All right, let's go with Jude. What is your number 3 pick for your? Your number 3 pick for your favorite '90s animated cartoon of all time.
Number 3. Okay, number 3 is a Nickelodeon show, and it's Hey Arnold for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Arnold.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Oh,
football head
yeah.
looking
Wait.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
One of the
Hey,
things
Arnold.
that
Oh my God.
one of the things that I love about Hey Arnold is that the cast, but for that time, is really diverse. There's so many different characters there.
Yeah.
There's so many characters of diverse backgrounds. Arnold lived in a house filled with
immigrants, right?
with 2 immigrants there. I think
Yeah.
all of them
Yeah.
were at some point, and and the fact that some episodes highlight the backstory of those guys was just pretty heartwarming. I remember I can't remember who was the character there, but there was this guy, one of the characters in Arnold's townhouse. He tried to sell off his baby or a baby, and he was in a mad dash just to get back and help the
Yeah,
baby.
Mr. Kokoschka. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, Mr. Kokoschka. Oh man, but I really like the show so much. And of course, Helga pursuing
Helga.
Oh my
Arnold
god.
every time is just so fun. Her trying to hide her love for
Yeah.
her football head.
So
Is,
wait, Ninja Iceberg is saying a live action Arnold. I don't think so. Ninja Head. Who has a football head that can play
Oh
Arnold?
man, how
A live action?
live action?
Who has a
No, I
who has
think
a
they're
head the
talking-
shape of a football?
I think they were talking about something else in the
Like Stewie from Family
they were
Guy?
talking
He's
about
got a
some
football
I think
head
they were
too.
talking about the Dark Phoenix saga. I
Yeah,
think they're talking about how
yeah.
Dark Phoenix's
Oh,
movie
okay,
was so
okay, okay.
bad compared to
I
the.
know.
Oh,
I just
man,
wanted
yeah.
to say football head because I like that.
Football head.
Well, yes, football head.
Football head
Yeah,
ass
well,
fucking
Wow.
mother.
American football.
But yeah, that's my pick. And Hey Arnold also had a nice movie, and it's a really fun show. And by the way, I would love to have a room as awesome as Arnold's.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh.
You just gotta have tinted windows though, because like those you gotta have like that privacy film because like everything's exposed
Yeah.
during the daytime.
Dude, this is tight. Wait, somebody made a real one. Somebody made a real one. Hold on.
Somebody made a real what?
Where?
Wait.
Oh wait, no,
Oh
that's
no.
a
Oh,
3D
I thought somebody made a real
Somebody
one.
should though. Someone
Very
should.
close.
I am
Yeah.
making
I'm
Yeah.
one.
sure someone
I
did.
am,
There has to be.
I am making this room. This is my game room. This is gonna
Right?
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
This is happening.
Can't get any more 90s than that.
That's true.
Yeah.
The lava
All right.
lamp,
Cool.
the
We're gonna
carpet.
split up the Juans real quick, and we're gonna go to Ron Sora. Ron Sora, what is your pick for number 3 most favorite '90s cartoon of all time?
My number 3 pick was mentioned earlier, but let's go ahead and pull it up back again, Angelo. I'm gonna go with Daria. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, diarrhea, cha cha
Na,
cha.
na, na,
You know,
na.
Daria was just such a. I mean, if you liked sarcastic humor, if you loved
Mhm.
takes on like social commentary, whether it's like, being like at that time, MTV animation was really, really good. So like for them to kind of put out this character, it kind of permeated into me. And not only that, I loved girls that were like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
That's what
girls
I'm
that
saying, right?
Come on, man. That's a nerd's dream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's almost like a
Yeah.
nerd's dream to
What was her best
yeah.
friend's name though? I thought she had so much style and she was cool.
Jane.
Jane. I
Jane
thought she
Lane.
was
Rocket
cool. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to look like her. I wanted to like
Dude.
dress like her.
Jane
Yeah.
reminds me of the girl from Life is Strange. Like,
Life is strange.
have you guys played the video game Life is Strange?
I think Jude might have played it.
No, I haven't yet. I've been
Sanja,
meaning
play
to
Life.
that.
Sanja needs to play Life is Strange. Yeah, it's a teenage girl simulator. It's pretty cool. You play a
I've
teenage
already
girl,
been
dude.
through that. I don't know if I want to do it again, but
I
No,
was
but you
gonna
have
say
powers this
also.
time.
oh,
I was
have
gonna-
powers this time. All right,
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's do
I
it.
was gonna
Alright.
say if you guys are Daria fans, they did like kind of reboot it under another character's name. So there is a reboot. I believe it's on Hulu now. I barely had just found out about that. So
Okay.
it is set in 20 years later. So you see them as adults. They're not in high school going to college. They're adults just like us.
Nice.
Oh
So
wow.
to kind of
Okay.
see Daria and even Jane right now. Jane kind of has a dope ass mohawk. She got to be an artist. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So kind of
Nice.
cool to see that kind of progress. But yeah, check out some Daria. Kind of an alt. First of all, this was a hard list. This was a hard list.
It
So
was.
I needed to throw a dark horse pick in there. So Daria was that for me.
That's not a dark horse pick. That's
That's-
for me and you. For,
Oh
like,
yeah.
for us, like
That's what I'm saying.
for us hipster ass fucking kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Daria,
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
Dark
exactly
horse
what
is
I'm
Moo
saying.
Mesa. That's a dark cow pick.
That well, off that
It's like
though,
early
I don't know.
90s obscure cartoon.
Yeah, I would have probably gone outside to play by the time that cartoon went out. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna go outside and play now, man. This cartoon's crazy. Cows.
Like Michael Myers from Mars.
Oh
All
god.
right.
Oh.
All right, Stevie. What is your pick for your number 3 favorite 90s cartoon of all time?
Number 3 is Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So
That's another classic too.
They just had a Netflix special, I think 2 years ago. Static
Mhm.
Cling. Medyo bitin siya, to be honest. Overall, as a franchise, it was amazing.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's slice of life. It's slice of life, except it's in animal form, so you could take more liberties and stuff. Again, like any other 90s
There's a cow
show.
there. This is a Moo Mesa type show.
Amazing.
Oh, hey, Rocco.
Okay, Rocco.
Oh, hey, Rocco.
Or like, what's his name? Phil. I'm nauseous. I'm nauseous.
Filbert, yeah.
Filbert, yeah.
Filbert, and then what's crazy about Rocco is that so many people from Rocco ended up making SpongeBob. So Heifer is like Tom Kenny, SpongeBob, and then
Okay.
Filbert is Plankton. Dr.
what?
Lawrence. Yeah, Filbert is the same actor as Plankton, so it's
Okay,
crazy.
that's cool.
It's the same
Nice.
guy, and then he was a writer on Rocco and also a writer, and I think he's a producer now on SpongeBob. So he's done everything. It's crazy.
Mm.
What made it what made Rocco so good was really just like any other 90s show, was that despite it being edgy and all, it still found a way to have heart. In a way, well, not really heart. I think that's more of a Hey Arnold. It's just like a slice of life, every day, have fun cartoon.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to get stressed about it and whatnot. I think that's what made it so good, because it really was just a show where you didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, it's just like silliness all around.
Yes.
All you have to worry
exactly.
about is Mr. Big Head yelling
Yeah,
at
or
you.
like
Yeah.
oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Not, yeah.
Nice.
No, dude. Like, yeah, I know what you're saying,
That
dude.
moment.
Because like X-Men Animated had me emotionally
Yes.
invested. That was a stressful show.
Like, like you really because the mutants are basically like an allegory to to LGBT, right? So like for that time it was like about gay rights. So I think that was the thing with X-Men, was that it is similar to the struggle of the LGBT plus community of struggling to be accepted in society. And I mean, it's still a bad thing that's happening until now, but I don't want to get in too deep, but that's pretty much what made X-Men so worth investing in the series. Yeah.
Yep.
Word. So many
Yeah,
lessons
that's
there.
Number 3, Rocco.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sanja, here we go, guys,
Nice
for
one.
5,000 coins. Get ready, Sanja. what is your pick for number 3 favorite cartoon or 90s cartoon of all time?
Okay, so number 3, this one is kind of people are gonna think I'm so lame for picking this one, but I loved the cartoon. I love what it stood for. The characters were, pretty awesome, and yeah, it just sent a message that I think we still need to send today. We do need a cartoon like this, maybe rebooted. But number 3, we have Captain Planet. He's
Oh
my
my
number
God.
Yes.
3.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, we do need
Captain
Captain
Planet.
Planet. He's a
Sonya
hero.
must be a vegan.
I'm definitely a vegan. I'm a super planeteer. Like seriously, like I'm always talking about how we need to lessen our plastic consumption and all of that because
Yes.
of this show.
Yes.
Because of this show.
Because of this show. Because of
Because
this show.
all the toys.
No,
Yeah.
because of this show, sandals with toes became a thing.
Thank you so much. Oh my god! But did you guys see the Don Cheadle Captain Planet? Can you?
Yes.
I wanna pull it up.
Yes.
Let's pull that
That
up.
was really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
The robot chicken
Don
Captain
Cheadle
Planet.
Captain Planet, like. Yeah, and I don't know. Everybody had their favorites. I was
Yeah.
definitely like I wanted to be wind and water like combined. Nobody wanted to be what's his name? The heart. Nobody
Aw.
wanted to be heart. Yeah, there we go.
Mati,
Oh, no.
poor
Monty,
Mati.
yeah, nobody wanted to
At
be
least he
Monty.
became
I
Robin in
remember.
Teen Titans.
Oh, there you go. So they're all
Oh,
three.
no.
Oh my god. So yeah, if you're listening to this on Spotify, do Google Don Cheadle Captain Planet.
Yes,
You are
please do.
welcome. You're welcome.
You can't unsee it. Also, you cannot unsee
Yeah.
it. Also,
You cannot.
All right,
So yeah.
Sonya. Let's give away these 5,000 organic, vegan, non-HGMO coins.
Gluten free, soy free, cruelty free coins. All right. So
I'll pull it up.
yeah, so we have this character Gaia. She's kind of like the one who brought the Planeteers together. Gosh, it's so
There's
lame when I say
fine.
Planeteers.
Zordon.
But, like, yeah. So
she's hella fun.
Okay.
yeah, she's super cool. Like, who is the voice? Actually, there are 2 voice actors. You can actually
I think I
name
remember this.
either one.
Oh, there we
Either one
go.
or both. There you go. Anonymous has it. Whoopi Goldberg.
Wow.
She was actually the voice actor for Gaia in from 1990 to 1992.
Okay, fun fact: Whoopi
Yes.
Goldberg also played Gaia in Star Trek. Gaian.
What?
Gaian Star Trek: The Next Generation. Yeah, Gaian from Star Trek:
Nice,
Next
nice.
Generation.
Oh.
She was the bartender. Her name was Gaian, and she was the bartender at 10 Forward. And why do I know this shit?
You're a
Is it the one on Netflix, the
nerd.
new one? Wait, I'm getting confused. That guy Luigi also said he also got this correct. Margot Kidder was the
Yeah.
first
Wow.
Gaia, and she was the voice of Gaia 93 to 96.
Lois
Lois
Lane.
Lane.
Lois Lane.
I got to meet her at
Lane.
a con a couple years
Oh.
ago too.
Oh, that's
Before
cool.
she passed away. So yeah,
That's
shout out to
Sonya,
her.
Who won the 5,000 coins then?
Oh, if this goes to Anonymous, was it?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Dan.
Anonymous,
Yeah.
He
Alright,
answered
Dan.
Whoopi Goldberg. So
Okay,
there you go.
cool. There it is, guys. All right.
Congrats.
There it
Congrats.
is.
Now
Enjoy
we're
your
getting-
gluten-free coins.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get into our number 2 favorite 90s cartoons of all time. I think Jude's gonna be asking the question here, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
you get to go last, right?
Sorry, I'm excited.
Yeah. So number 2 picks. Let's get Stevie. Stevie, what's your number 2 favorite
There we go.
cartoon animated series of the 90s?
Okay, so this one, I still remember when I watched it at home. It was like after the Kids' Choice Awards. I still remember clearly when this happened. I think 1999 or 2000. My pick for number 2 favorite 90s show is SpongeBob SquarePants. If I recall, it was 1999. Let me
Yeah.
double check that. Hold on.
I think it was like super late 90s.
Yeah, super late 90s. July 17, 1999. I still remember because during that time Rosie O'Donnell was still the host of the Kids' Choice Awards, and the Kids' Choice Awards was like still a thing.
Mhm.
And then like that was like the lead in of SpongeBob was the Kids Choice Awards, and it's just it's how do I
This
say
is
this?
just a great show. I don't know.
Yeah, like there really are no words to describe it. Like
Yeah.
it took
know-
insanity to
Iconic.
another level. Yeah.
iconic, extremely
Yeah.
It's iconic. And, and that show has done so much for the economy of the Philippines. I think the Krusty Krab is the number one employer
That's
of
Yeah.
Filipinos.
So many-
Everyone works
The
there.
Krusty Krab is the number one
Mr. Krab.
employer of most Filipinos.
Everyone works there.
No, apparently, Mr. Krabs is
The
the
movie
only
was great.
solution to this unemployment problem we have. And yeah,
SpongeBob.
I don't know. I hated Sally though. Was it Sally? Oh, she was so annoying. The squirrel,
Which one?
the astronaut squirrel. Well, she was always
yeah,
in like an
Sandy.
astronaut.
Sandy.
Sandy,
Aw,
Sandy, sorry.
Sandy.
Sandy was just
Sandy
annoying. I
Keats.
really
I
didn't
love
like her.
I love the Texas song. I love the Texas songs though. Like I love that song. It's, like, it's the best.
The
But why
songs
would-
on SpongeBob were great
Back
too.
in Texas.
Yeah, Sandy.
Yeah.
I don't know
Sandy
why I was
Cheeks.
so
Her
annoyed.
name-
Sandy Cheeks, yeah.
That name is like kind of dirty if you think about it.
That's true. Sandy Cheeks for sure. Like they
Yeah,
definitely
like,
they
man,
did that
like,
on purpose for sure.
Pretty sure like the whole like the crew of SpongeBob was basically Angry Beavers and Rocco combined.
What?
So like that crew, those two shows
Beavers.
combined.
Yeah, like Squidward
was
and like
definitely,
Gary.
uh,
I stopped watching
SpongeBob and
cartoons.
Gary being voiced by the same guy.
I
Yeah.
barely
Oh
caught
man.
SpongeBob.
Favorite episode ever was the chocolate episode. Me and my best friend used to like quote that like chocolate. Chocolate.
He
Sweet.
said he wants some chocolate.
Sweet chocolate.
I hate
Alright.
it.
Wait, wait, wait. No, we gotta keep going because Nika said we gotta
Yeah.
keep our episodes down to hours.
Okay. Just, like,
The
just one
anxiety
last
is
thing about
real.
SpongeBob. Like just
Alright.
one last thing.
Go.
My
Oh.
favorite episode of SpongeBob was when Mr. Krabs lost SpongeBob to a bet between himself and Plankton. So Plankton ended up stealing SpongeBob from Mr. Krabs,
Oh,
and it had the
no.
best song ever. Just go to Spotify. So after you finish this episode of the podcast,
Go to
Type
Spotify,
this-
check Usapan Retro.
type "This Grill is not a home." It's the
Oh.
best SpongeBob song ever because it has this.
Nice.
It's so dramatic. You wouldn't think it was a SpongeBob song. That's just how good it was. So yeah. Anyway, number 2 is SpongeBob SquarePants.
All right.
Nice.
Keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Ron Sauer, what is your pick for number 2?
My number 2 pick of all time, it was mentioned earlier, but is probably one of the greatest of all time, highly influential and all that. We're talking about X-Men. This was hard.
Sink,
Ah.
yeah, really hard. I think me and Ron are gonna have the same number 1. I
I
already
think
know.
so. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know if we have the same number one.
These names.
Do we have
But,
the same number
I
1?
mean, I'll be honest with you. Maybe last minute decision. I had switched it, but this could easily be my number 1. Also, it was one of the first times too. Again, where you see a cartoon member dying with, spoiler alert. With Morph and all that stuff, and not only that, even the single episodes. There's some episodes that just kind of stick out. Like I remember the first time Cyclops went to go see Dazzler, and he comes home and it's just Wolverine making a sandwich, and he's like, "Where have you been spending your nights?" Or something like that. And it's just a weird interaction of them, like he's making a sandwich and he's coming home like, "Oh God." You know what I mean? And Gene's over here kind of mad and all that. So there was little things like that. There's a lot of other episodes too, like a lot of one-off episodes. Like one of my favorite ones is a World War II episode where Wolverine is fighting alongside Captain America, which
Oh,
is kind of
wow.
which is an homage to a Jim Lee cover or a Jim Lee story from
Wow.
back in the day, where it was Wolverine, Captain America, and I believe also Black Widow. So that's kind of
Oh,
like an
PJ,
homage
what's
to
up,
that
PJ?
too. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of. I mean, if
I was,
you're talking,
what really upset me about this cartoon, Ron? Because remember, me and you were comic fans, right? And we're old school comic fans, right? And we like, I'm assuming you and I like Wolverine with the brown outfit.
with the
and when they
brown
put him-
outfit, yeah.
Yeah,
With
when
the
they put him in the
tiger.
'90s and the
Yeah.
'90s yellow, blue, like San Diego Chargers looking outfit, I was not happy about that.
I wasn't happy about it. I am a purist of the brown and yellow costume, but then much respect also to people like Jim Lee. I believe it might have been Jim Lee, and then to bring back the blue and yellow suit when he started doing his '90s run. But it's kind of crazy how a lot of people associate the blue and yellow costume with Wolverine, where I grew up with him, rocking the brown stuff. But I was gonna say, yeah, just another great '90s cartoon. Maybe I'm kind of guessing too. Maybe all of us here might have the same number ones. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We'll
Yet,
see.
so let's
All
see.
right, we'll go.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see. So, Stevie went, Ron went. Sanja, what's your number 3 favorite cartoon of all time?
Okay, so number 3 or 2?
We're at 2. We're at 2.
We're number
sorry,
2, yeah.
two.
Okay, so number 2. This one, oh man, this one, I don't even know how to start with this, but I just love the characters, the drawing style. Even just like hearing the intro, I would just run to the TV and just be like, "It's on!" One of my favorite shows from Nickelodeon is Our Real Monsters. Like,
Oh no! I
Oh.
forgot about that one.
Our Real
That's so
Monsters is
good.
definitely the number 2. It almost became number 1 too. Like this list was so hard. But yes, Oblima, Crumb, and Ickis.
Oh my god!
Who is
I
also
forgot
cow
about
and
that.
chicken?
Yeah.
Cow and chicken. Oh yeah,
that's
that's right.
why.
Yeah.
That art is crazy.
Nice.
It's so
Charlie
How
Adler's
cool.
on
Like
good
another
is it?
level.
Yeah.
I used to
Th-
draw
what-
Oblina a lot. Like Oblina was one of my
Yeah.
favorite characters ever, and just like and like Ickis with his ears. I mean, come on, look at him, he's so cute.
No, this is why I love this show, because after this show, I usually go veg out on your guys' recommendations. So like, this is what, I am gonna veg out on this for sure.
Yeah,
Great
where
pick,
can we
great
watch
pick.
this though?
I know
Yeah.
where we can't say it because we don't.
We can't say it. All right.
I
Give me the
think
Let me go with my I'm gonna go with my number 2 pick real quick. It's already been said, but it's the one of the all time greats. I'm gonna go with Rugrats. Like my number 2 pick.
Oh, as your
Yes.
number 2? Wow.
That's my number 2. Rugrats is my number 2. I did like because I just like it and I still remember it and I still find it amusing. And if you guys have seen the old Bad Decisions posters from back in the day, I used to use Riptar. I used Riptar a lot as like for my flyers. I'm like, yo, tear the club up like Riptar.
Nice.
So yes, I am still influenced by the Rugrats. So like even like when doing all the black market Bad Decisions clubs, that we had hella bad or hella Rugrats references in there. Because basically,
Yeah.
all the kids that were watching that cartoon ended up going to my club, and then
Nice.
True.
That's true. 100%. 100%.
Bad
all right,
decision, man.
Jude. Here we go, Jude. What is
Okay.
your number 2 pick?
Okay. Probably the hardest decision for me is my number 1 and 2, but
Oh.
I had to put this at number 2 because number 1 is just so close to my heart. But number 2 is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh,
Oh man,
yeah.
Oh my
Underrated
God.
CN show.
Yes,
Very underrated CN.
So good.
yeah, and I just enjoy Courage because the adventures that he has, the worries, the constant
my God.
anxiety that he has.
Yeah, dude.
all
Oh my
the
God,
reasons.
so true.
That's so
Oh,
crazy.
man.
Like any
Wow.
threat he sees, he perceives as something supernatural or monster.
That's true.
And
That smile of
Aw.
his is so funny. Where
I know.
the teeth, it's the teeth where it's rattling.
Fred.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
there's just so many.
Fred.
And
Right?
Eustace being mean to him, and Muriel being a total sweetheart. The dynamic
Yeah.
is so fun, and being in the middle of nowhere is kinda a weird place to be there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I enjoyed that series so much because it's kind of like how can I say? It's kind of like a daily mystery show. It has the monster of the week, ghost of the week kind of vibe, and you just wonder what Courage will be worrying about next episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I
Oh
love so
man.
much about it. And
Okay.
yeah, okay. I think I can go to my question because
Yeah.
I was gonna
Wait, I
say
gotta
something.
introduce your
but-
question.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, for 5,000 coins, get your
Mhm.
Google ready.
Okay.
Jude, what is your question?
Okay. My question. So, Courage has a lot of antagonists over the show, over the whole course of the show, and one of these antagonists was he met him. I can't remember the stakes that he was in. What Courage was trying to rescue again, but
Mhm.
he had to beat this character in a freaking indoor squash match. Indoor
Oh my
tennis,
god, I
probably.
think I remember
Oh my
this.
And
god.
I remember Courage just fighting it off so valiantly, and the villain is just casually drinking tea while playing tennis. But yeah, I think I sent a picture, and so
Oh
for
no,
those.
I didn't get the picture in.
Oh no,
Well, wait, let me
okay.
look. Where did you send it to?
I think it's on WhatsApp.
Oh no, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Keep talking.
Wait.
I'm gonna try to pull it
Right.
up.
So
Keep
Oh
yeah,
man,
talking.
I
okay.
remember there was this one episode though. My sisters and I would get really freaked out, and until now, it
Oh,
still kind of freaks us out. The
No,
I think I know that
return
one.
floating
the
guy.
slab,
Yeah, that's
return the
Ramses.
slab.
That's basically
Cringy.
that's Egyptian pharaoh Ramses.
Guy, man, he
Imagine,
was freaky. He was
imagine
freaky.
Courage summoning from aliens,
Yes.
shady
Oh, okay.
veterinarian.
I know. Okay, I
to-
know. Okay, I have this one. I have the answer ready. Want me to pull it
Okay.
up? What is the name of this
Yes.
character? Right. Okay, guys. What is the name of this character? Oh crap! It says it right there.
Internet.
Oh,
yeah!
Okay.
Wow.
I remember
okay.
him now. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the name of that guy, guys? For 5,000 coins.
Somebody
Mhm.
answered right away.
Yeah,
Did
somebody
where?
did answer right away.
Lava nose. Lava
But
nose.
let's see.
Lava nose.
Well, you can't.
No, it's a lava nose.
Yeah,
No.
No, I
you
mean,
want-
if
Oh,
somebody
no.
won, if somebody won before, they can't win again. You know.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
think-
So-
I'm not sure if
Alright.
Lava actually won this.
No. It's that guy
Episode.
Luigi answered first, I think.
That guy
yeah.
Luigi.
Somebody-
Hold on, wait.
yeah.
He won already.
Luigi
So
answered
who,
first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
who had the second
we-
answer? Who had? Yeah.
I would give
So
it
who's
to
this?
Lava.
Lava.
knows. Yeah.
Okay.
Lava. Yeah.
Lava knows no
Lava-
test.
Lava knows no set. Dude, Lava.
I can
what,
never.
how do you say your name? Lava knows.
And why? And why did you come up with that name? I want to know. Lava
Lava knows.
No setata.
No, Lava knows. Okay, Lava knows no sata. Good job, Lava. You won 5,000 coins.
Nice. Oh,
Yay!
Right.
Is that right? We got it right. It is
we
Lava.
got it right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats, Lava. Luigi, you won already. We got to spread these coins. We got to spread these.
Spread the love.
Because like not one person can win it all because these coins are vegan. They're
Yeah.
friendly and they need to be.
Mine has a lot of
GMO-free.
oil, a lot of
Free
fat.
range. Free
Free
Mine
range.
has all the
range.
cholesterol.
Free range.
Mine has all the butter.
And
all the
doing
cholesterol.
cruelty now.
Cruelty free.
Free range
Free coin.
participation coins. Let's go.
Beyond coins.
All right, guys. Number one time, dude. Number
All
one.
right,
Here we
here we
go.
Got 10 minutes left.
Oh
No,
man.
we can keep going. We can keep going.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
She'll edit it out. She'll edit it out. But she was like, guys, can you
Okay.
do me a favor? Please keep your episodes to like around an
Shout
hour
out
and 20
Podcast
minutes.
Network Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can.
All right, here we
can
go.
Stop. Okay.
Okay, here we
Fair
go, guys.
trade.
Number one. So it's gonna be Stevie asking the question, so he can go last.
Okay.
I already know everyone's gonna say my number one is gonna be the same as Ron's. Probably. I'm gonna say my first.
Probably.
Are you
I
guys
wouldn't
ready?
be
Are you guys
surprised.
ready? Come on,
Yeah.
this has to be the number one of all time, dude. And it's number one because it is Batman the animated fucking series, guys.
This one almost.
Yeah.
Batman the
no way.
animated
Yeah.
series. Number one.
Well done.
That-
Well done. This goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are my
For
fire
sure.
emojis at, guys? Throw your fires up for who loves Batman the
Fire
animated series.
There we
There
go.
you guys
emoji.
go.
Nice.
Fire
Yes.
Batman the animated series, my number one. I'm gonna go with that. Ron,
Hi,
what's your number one
Danica.
pick?
My number one is Batman, the animated series, one of the greatest series of all time.
There you go.
One of the greatest series
Nice.
of all
Yeah,
time.
no, my sisters and I
Right
used to
up.
love watching this too. Yeah, so
No, but
definitely fire.
it's so good because it's like what? Oh shit! All right, it's so good because it was like Ron, dude, it was like adult. Like this is like when this is when Warner Brothers got adult like cartoons before this were hella kind of cheeseball, but when Batman the
Super
animated
famous.
series came, yeah, it was kind of cheese. This one made it like dark and like like that, and then the art style they chose. It's like if you watch it to this day, the art style they chose was so timeless. It was like I don't know. I'm still in awe. And then the movie, The Mask of the
Yeah.
Phantasms, one of the greatest animated movies of all time.
Amazing.
Ron, what did you like about it the most?
One standout thing about that show was they actually showed it at night. That was one of the first adult
Was it?
For us here in the
Okay.
United States, like that came on like right before the news, like 9 p.m.
Wow.
9:30. So it was like presented as like, adults were watching this basically. So like
Iconic.
yes, I mean, if
Yes.
we're talking about just the first season, even, I mean, it's such a great. I mean, what more can you say about this? I mean, if you were to try to binge watch this entire this entire
Mhm.
series, not only would you be very fulfilled and be very satisfied with a lot of the stories, but just the depth of storytelling that these guys go through. It was one of the first times also too where you would actually see guys shooting actual machine guns with actual bullets coming out. That was very not the thing to do back then. So to see it in animated form back in the day, and also probably spawned one of the greatest toy lines too. A lot of people collected the Batman animated series toys. I still have a Batman animated series, Bruce Wayne mansion, turning
Nice.
into a Bat cave. You know what I mean? Just last week also, I mean, I know that I had posted some stuff regarding some toys, but even just this past week, I went and bought a whole bunch of Batman toys, these last like 2 or 3 days. So
Yeah.
it's still probably one of the best shows that you can watch. If we were to bring maybe another era or another decade into it, I might have something that might beat that, but it's also in the same realm as well
Mhm.
too. So definitely, Batman is one of the greatest
Yeah. The only
90s
other,
cartoons of all time.
I mean, the only other animated series or cartoon that had that much impact on me was probably like Avatar, but that wasn't like a 90s thing.
Mm.
But we had
Mhm.
Zuko in the house. We had Zuko here guesting.
We did.
On the All right, let's go to Sanja. Let's get the retro gang out of the way, and then we'll get into, and then we're gonna go like nitty gritty and like fine tune, like what's that, like scrutinize the picks of the geeky ones.
All right. So, man. Again, this list was so hard to make because, like, okay, so I just kind of wanted to refresh my memory a little bit. So, this was gonna be my number 5, but the moment I saw the theme song for this on YouTube, I started crying. I didn't realize how much this show really meant to me until I actually watched the just like seeing the. Oh my god! So yeah, I mean Nickelodeon had some great shows, but I'll always and forever be a Disney kid. And Disney came up with DuckTales. They came up with Darkwing Duck. They came up with some other ones. But my
The
favorite
Mighty
one,
Ducks.
the Mighty Ducks, all the ducks, right, man? But
All the
this
ducks.
one,
Goof Troop.
the number one is Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. Like they were my number one. Tailspin also was actually
Oh
almost
man.
made my Chip and I'm getting goosebumps. Just like
Oh
oh my
man.
Oh,
just
I
like
remember. Okay.
and I always thought, yeah, like sometimes
Oh,
some crimes.
oh man.
Oh my god! And then like Gadget was one of my favorite characters on there because she was
Yeah.
just like this
Man.
strong female sort of like character, and like yeah, dude, these guys were awesome. Like I
Yeah.
had the plush toys.
Nice.
Same.
Yeah, like that I just love the series so much. Yeah, for sure.
I
Like
still
number one.
remember when
Dale.
Disney Channel was still new in the Philippines, and it was all just reruns of old '90s shows. And
Wow.
it was like Chip and Dale, Mighty Ducks, and like DuckTales.
Yeah.
All that 24/7 is the best.
Hmm. They need to
I
do that
don't know-
again.
I don't know
Yeah.
They need to
why,
do that
but I
again.
heard of Chip and Dale's dancers before I knew about. So that's why every time the series came on, I always thought about my titas who were like hella naughty.
Oh my
And
god.
they were like, "We're gonna watch the
That's
Chip and Dale
another
review."
Chip and
And I was
Dale.
like,
You might have strived to be one. Did you ever like kind of strive to be one? Chip and
hell
Dale
no,
fan?
dude. No.
Lies.
You-
Just kidding.
No, because remember, Ron, they used to throw that on a block. Remember in America, it was a block, right? It was like DuckTales, Chip and Dale's,
Disney
Darkwing
Afternoon.
Duck, and then the Tailspin. And I was
Yep,
like,
Tailspin.
oh,
Tailspin.
man.
Yeah,
So those-
I love
yeah,
Man,
Tailspin too.
Tailspin.
yeah. But those four were shown like in a 2-hour block, like back to back to
Ah,
back.
okay.
And
That's
You
they-
true,
called it
yeah.
Disney
They
Afternoon
did
or
too. They
something?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Disney Afternoon. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
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 And I think here they were like
Pop.
showing it on like Saturday mornings on GMA.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh,
For
nice.
us, it was after
Reruns.
school. So after school, that's the first thing that you would see, like after school,
yeah. It was
for
like
us.
so. We got to school like at 2:30, right? And it was like started at 3 p.m. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Started at 3.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Jude. What is your
Nice.
pick for number one
Okay.
animated
Okay.
90s cartoon?
Yeah. Okay. I've as a kid watching 90s cartoons means you watch Disney, Nickelodeon, or Cartoon Network, and there's a reason. This is the reason why I choose Cartoon Network. No contests.
Mhm.
Sorry to Disney and Nickelodeon. You had great shows, but my favorite cartoon of all time is Dexter's Laboratory, and the reason, like, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be loving cartoons probably as much if I didn't see Dexter's Lab, because Dexter's Lab was was for me the coolest cartoon character
Yeah.
at that time. He had this secret laboratory inside his own home. I don't know how in the world it still fits there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I know where you got your glasses from, bro.
Oh, by the way,
Remember
I need-
Mandark?
yeah. Oh man, Mandark. Okay,
Dee.
there's just so many there's just so many things that Dexter offers so much in his episodes. Dee Dee ruining his best
Mhm.
plans every
Mhm.
other episode. Mandark trying to do something the same and trying to chase Dee Dee. But if there was one moment that I remember about Dexter, it's the animated movie, which was the movie,
Oh,
which was
man.
Ego Trip. It's like,
Yeah.
let's just say it's the Avengers Endgame for Dexter.
Oh my god.
Dexter had to travel through time and
Yeah, his different ages.
just get Dexter of all generations
wow.
band together to fight Mandarks of all generations.
What? I actually haven't seen this.
It's
Okay.
just
Looking for this.
it's
Timmy,
just
what's up?
crazy good.
What up, Timmy?
All right,
Yep.
all right,
Ooh,
cool.
But yeah, that's my number one, and yeah, it's hard
I agree.
to knock this off, and it's a very special series.
Okay, Stevie, no pressure. What is your number one pick for 90s cartoon of all time?
Okay, so this is like similar to SpongeBob. It was a late 90s show, but honestly, it just had the most impact on me as a comic book fan. My number one is Batman Beyond,
Oh,
the
it's
continuation of Batman the animated series.
Okay. Okay.
I'll take
So-
it. I'll take it. Yeah.
What made it so good was the fact that it wasn't about Bruce and his family anymore, the Bat
Yes.
family, as they call it in the
Yes.
comics. It was finally somebody else. Now,
Yes.
personally, I hate the ending of Batman Beyond. I'm not gonna spoil much, but that ending in Justice League Unlimited, I hated it so much because it ruined Terry McGinnis so much. I'm not gonna say what, but besides that, what made Batman Beyond so good was just the fact that he was his own guy. He wasn't hindered by the fact that, oh, you had to fulfill Bruce Wayne's legacy and whatnot, yada yada yada. But then it was just it
Bruce
was an
Wayne
original
album.
story in a way.
Yeah.
It wasn't hindered by technology and whatever. It's just because it can be any time in the future. Although technically speaking, Bruce Wayne does retire in 2020, and Terry McGinnis is supposed to be born in a few years. I don't know, whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, Batman Beyond is my number one because it was such an original concept.
Shout out to
for
Warner,
a Batman.
dude. Taking 3 out of the 5
Crazy.
picks for number one, dude.
DJ
gonna
Sizzle says.
I was gonna
DJ
say.
Sizzle, yeah. Oh yeah,
I
go
was
ahead,
gonna-
Ron. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, Steve. I see Waldo or Ninja Iceberg said that he loved the ending
ending.
also. But I was gonna say I had recently just watched the entire run also of Batman Beyond,
Yeah.
and I would see. I do understand your point of view, but I kind of took it as how it was presented. So like I kind of dug the entire aspect of it all, but I was gonna say I was buying the toys at the time, but I wasn't really invested in the cartoon like that.
Yeah.
I would watch a couple of episodes, but so maybe late last year I watched the entire run, and just an amazing series also. So I would definitely put that in the top 5 also. Batman Beyond's great, and if they ever were to do a Batman Beyond movie, oh my god, that would be mind blowing.
I already have a fan casting.
All right,
Oh
Do you
man,
really?
crazy,
Wait,
crazy.
let's get to your question.
Ludi Lin for Power Rangers.
Yo, Stevie, we gotta get to your question because
All
you
right.
guys are gonna kill us.
All right.
We got 5 minutes on this thing.
All right.
Stevie,
So
what is your question for 5,000
All right.
coins?
Voice actor of Terry McGinnis, Will Friedle, also played another iconic 90s character in a live-action TV show called Boy Meets World. What is the name of Will Friedle's character from Boy Meets World? Sobrang American nito eh. Kasi I don't think they ever aired Boy Meets World here.
Right there, did
I
Ninja
never actually
Iceberg
saw
get
it
it
growing
right?
up.
Was it Eric?
Anybody get it there?
Eric, Ari,
Ninja Iceberg.
Corey,
Eric?
Wait, I had to double check
Minkus?
because I honestly don't.
Mingus.
I remember.
Eric.
Yo,
Eric
Matthews.
Matthews.
Eric Matthews.
Eric Matthews?
Are you going
I'll
with
take the
Johan? I think Johan. Wait, no. I think
Ninja
Iceberg
Iceberg
said
already
Eric.
won.
Yeah, Ninja
Um,
Iceberg said Eric
Yeah,
first.
Johan
But
21.
did Iceberg win already? Did Iceberg win already?
I
don't think-
I'm not sure.
Who? Sanja, did Iceberg win already or not yet?
I don't
No,
think
I don't think he did.
so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna write.
Iceberg?
Shout out to
Ninja
Kraken May,
Iceberg?
by the way.
Okay, so we have Ninja Iceberg and we have Ninja Iceberg and we have Johan, but we'll figure out who got it. But it's one of you two that got it.
It's
Oh no, give it to him. No,
it
he
was
said give it to Johan.
Okay, because
Johan?
it was Ninja. It was Ninja on my screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Same.
Ninja here. And then did you want like the full name or just like the first name?
Somebody did put the full name.
Yeah,
We
somebody
have
did
some
put the
full
full name.
names.
Stefan,
Yeah,
But
like
he won already.
Stefan said,
Let's give it to Johan, dude. Johan put the full
Johan?
name too.
There
Yeah,
you
let's
go.
give it to Johan. Johan,
Yeah.
21.
Johan.
Johan,
Alright.
21.
Eric
Welcome.
Matthews.
Shout out to Boy Meets World, one of the best,
There you go.
one of the best shows.
Yo.
Also.
Yo, shout out to
God.
Topanga, dude.
We
I
didn't
met
have that
Topanga-
here.
Yeah,
I
we
met
didn't have it
Topanga
here.
in real
Yeah.
life in high school.
Sonya, go watch
dude.
some Boy Meets World. Go
Go
watch
watch
it. I don't know where you can find it,
We
but
don't
go
have
watch
this
them.
class.
But
Go
yo,
watch them.
how does Topanga look
Okay.
now?
She's
Topanga.
looking pretty good.
Topanga. That's
She's
such a
looking pretty
strange
good.
but
This is
really
kinda
pretty
wrong.
name.
This is kind of wrong, but yeah, let's go look at it.
No,
By
no,
the way,
I met
Kraken
no, I
May
met her.
says-
No,
Oh,
I met her
really?
in I
Oh,
met her in
cool.
when I was in high school.
wow.
I ran into her at the
Nice.
mall, and I was just like, "Oh, yo, she's like real
Nice.
lit, dude." Yeah, Topanga.
Kraken May
Nice.
also mentioned that Will
Great
Friedle
Ben
is
Savage.
also Ron Stoppable from Kim Possible.
Oh,
So if we were to
wow.
do a
I
2000s
love
cartoons,
Kim Possible.
there.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. 2000s.
Okay, well,
yeah, yeah,
let's
yeah.
go to anybody's honorable mentions, dude. Like, what did you wanted to put on there, Sonya? That you
Oh,
didn't get a chance to
Oh
put?
my goodness, so many. Like I like
Woo!
SWAT Cats. SWAT Cats was one of my favorites.
Oh,
Freakazoid.
SWAT
Somebody
Cats.
mentioned
SWAT
that. Yeah. Dark
Damn.
Water. Did anybody watch Dark
Pirates
Water?
of
Wow.
Darkwater.
Pirates of
Wow.
Darkwater. I really like
Mm.
that. Powerpuff Girls. Like they almost
Oh,
managed to.
Wow.
The Powerpuff
yeah,
Girls.
I was surprised.
That
I
was
was surprised none of you guys
close.
put Ren and Stimpy, dude. Like, I thought,
Ren
I thought
and
Ren-
And
Number two.
Angelo, I thought it was gonna be your number one actually.
Hell no,
because that-
Batman. Have you seen my room? I'm Batman animated series the whole way, dude.
But you're also very Ren and Stimpy, so
Yeah. Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy. Who else? What else did we? Guys, just shout it out. We got about 4
the
minutes.
Mighty
Cow and
Ducks,
Chicken.
man. The
I really
Mighty
like
Ducks
Cow and
cartoon was
Chicken.
so random.
Cow and chicken, yes.
No,
Cow and
nobody
Yes.
said
Yeah.
DuckTales.
Exo Squad.
Nobody said
Two
DuckTales.
stupid dogs. Like I love
Goof
two
Troop.
stupid dogs. Two stupid
Stupid
dogs.
dogs.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
Johan
said
said
Pokemon. Nobody said
uh,
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, Pokemon. There's-
Johan
See-
earlier said Samurai Jack too. That was a
Yes.
good pick.
Samurai
Yeah,
Jack was
Samurai
Space
Jack.
Ghost, Coast to Coast.
What did we
Space
miss,
Ghost.
guys?
Earthworm
Comic
Jim was
box.
cool too. Earthworm
Uh,
Jim had a cartoon.
No,
I really
they
liked
said
it.
cowards. They said courage the
Oh
cowardly
my
dog.
god, Extreme Ghostbusters is the
Extreme-
best, man.
Yes. Oh my god, I
Brainstar.
forgot about
Oh,
that. That was one of my
Arthur and the
favorites.
King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table was tight. That was a dope
Wow.
one.
No, but definitely shout out to what do you call it? Ghostbusters Extreme. That was a
Yeah.
like when they
Yes.
went,
That was good,
dude.
too.
Yeah, the
That
humor there was
cast-
good.
Like, God,
Yes.
that cast is amazing.
No.
Right.
Kylie was
Good.
Tara Strong, who is like everyone.
Ooh,
Timmy Turner,
Timmy
Lil.
Turner.
Timmy Turner. That's
Timmy
what it-
Turner. Oh yeah,
Turner.
Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah,
Yeah.
is
Oh,
that
man,
90s though?
That's Kylie.
I think it was 2000s, but
Yeah, that's born like 2000s.
90s.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Uh,
about to say 90s Spider-Man also was pretty
90s
good.
Spider-Man
Yes,
was really
man.
decent.
That
Yeah.
Was
epic.
Denver the
Oh,
Last
stuff.
Dinosaur 80s or 90s? Because I remember watching it in
Oh
the
my
90s.
God, Denver the Last
Denver, the
Dinosaur.
last dinosaur.
Oh, Ron,
Well,
Ron, Ron, no, Ron. Nobody said Spawn. Spawn,
Oh,
the
I
animated
never
series,
saw
was tight.
Spawn.
I think it aired at weird
HBO.
times in the
Oh,
Philippines.
Jodex says I am
HBO.
Weasel. I actually used to
I am
love
Weasel,
that.
yes.
You don't need pants for the victory dance.
You know the
And
Red Devil
we
showing up.
Yeah,
You know,
Glim says Denver is the 90s.
yeah.
90s? Okay, so
Oh, nobody said
Oh my
Recess.
God.
Recess was tight.
Reset.
Oh wait.
I
Oh,
never
Okay,
saw
guys.
Recess.
Recess was supposed
Oh,
to be on my
Max
list,
too.
but I had to replace Recess with Rugrats
Rugrats.
painfully. But yeah,
Okay.
Recess was like, wow, it was school
Oh, we
campus
woo.
comedy
Magic School
drama.
Bus too.
And we
Yeah.
missed
Oh,
Doug.
yeah.
Nobody said
Pinky
Doug.
and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain
yeah,
too.
Pinky
Was
and the
on
Brain.
it.
Pinky and the
Pinky
Brain.
and the Brain.
Another
Yeah.
yeah.
Coming
Are you
back with
pondering what
Animaniacs.
I'm pondering?
Dog, Angry Beavers, Cat Dog.
Same
Cat
thing.
No,
Dog.
Cat
Tiny
Trying
Toons
to
is
do
missing.
Dog.
Yeah, Cat Dog. But
Yeah.
Tiny Toons
Hey
and Arnold were
too.
missing.
Hey Arnold. Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
Hey
Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Yes, Hey Arnold was
Max.
missing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Fantastic Max.
Fantastic
Fantastic.
Max.
Oh,
Cow and
Cow and
chicken. Oh
Cow
my
and
chicken
chicken for
God.
sure. Mama had a
Pork-
chicken.
Pork butts and taters.
Pork
No, we
butts
didn't
and
say
taters.
edited.
Butts and taters. Oh man.
Okay, guys.
Pork butts and taters.
Before we sign off, Geeky Ones, can you tell them where to check you guys out and
Oh,
what's the
yeah.
best place to check
Okay.
to hit you guys up?
We are all right, sure. So we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other platforms. Don't forget, we also have a website, thegeekyones.com.
Yeah,
What
that's
about
my
you,
website.
Jude?
Well,
Well, Jude, any shout outs?
well, I don't. Shout out to all my friends who were watching. I shared this to my college friends. I shared this to my gaming friends, and
Nice.
yeah, they're always thank you for the support. They're always there, and yeah, so fun. But yeah, you can catch us on the Geeky Ones. You can search us on Google, where we're practically search the Geeky Ones. Everything
Yeah.
is there, and that's
Nice.
awesome. So yeah, that's it.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Say-
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you so
Shout
much
out
for
to
Let's do a
everyone
crossover. Sonia,
Yes.
do you want to do our sign off? You can read it out loud.
Okay. Oh, I missed it. Anyways, here we just gotta wait for the thing. Gotta
Yeah,
wait
go,
for
guys,
it.
bye.
Gotta wait for it.
Cheers,
This
guys.
podcast is brought to you by Podcast Network Asia, and we are powered by Podmetrics.
And if your podcast is not powered by metrics, you are a cow eating. What
Boo-boo.
else? Well, yeah. What is
I eat cows.
some non-vegan things? You are not vegan.
You're eating cow poo.
I eat cows though. Yo, shout out to you guys out there. Shout out to
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Hey, stay on, Geeky Ones. We're just gonna sign off. Thank you guys so much for checking
Yeah,
us out.
thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Been a fun episode. Ooh.
Yeah.